Hello, everyone. I'm really happy you are here today. Take a quiet moment for yourself. Let your mind slow down. Take a deep, gentle breath. And let's begin today's story together. Today, we are going to talk about something that everyone experiences. We are going to talk about failure. Failure is a part of life. Everyone fails. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has difficult moments. But there is something important. Not everyone responds to failure in the same way. Some people stop. Some people give up. Some people feel afraid. But some people do something different. They continue. They learn. They grow. And this is the difference. Successful people do not avoid failure. They understand it. They use it. They grow from it. Let's think about this. Two people try something new. Maybe they start learning a skill. Maybe they start a new job. Maybe they try something difficult. At first, both of them struggle. Both of them make mistakes. Both of them feel uncomfortable. But after some time, something changes. One person feels discouraged. He thinks, "This is not for me. I am not good enough. This is too difficult." So he stops. He gives up. Now imagine the other person. She also struggles. She also makes mistakes. She also feels uncomfortable. But she thinks differently. She says, "This is part of learning. I can improve. I will try again." So she continues, day by day, step by step, and over time she improves. What made the difference? Not talent, not luck. It was how they responded to failure. This is very important. Failure itself is not the problem. The problem is how we see failure. Many people see failure as the end. They think failure means they are not good enough. They think failure means they should stop. But successful people see failure differently. They see it as a step. They see it as feedback. They see it as a lesson. Let's look at a simple example. One person wanted to learn how to cook. At first, it was difficult. The food did not taste good. Some dishes were too salty. Some dishes were burned. It was frustrating. He felt disappointed. He thought about stopping, but he made a different choice. He continued. He tried again. He learned from his mistakes. He changed small things. Day by day, after some time, his cooking improved. After more time, he became confident. What changed? Not talent, experience, learning, and continuing after failure. Another example, one person wanted to start exercising. At first, she felt motivated. She worked hard, but after a few days, her body felt sore. She felt tired. She missed a day. Then another day. She felt like she failed. She thought, "I cannot do this." So she stopped. Now imagine another person. He also started exercising. He also felt tired. He also missed a day. But he thought differently. He said, "It's okay. I will start again." So he returned the next day. He continued, even if it was not perfect, even if it was difficult. After some time, exercise became a habit. This is the difference. Successful people do not expect perfection. They expect mistakes. They expect challenges. They expect failure. And because they expect it, they are not afraid of it. Another important idea is this. Failure gives you information. It shows you what does not work. It shows you what to improve. It shows you where to grow. If you listen to failure, it can guide you. But if you fear failure, you stop learning. Let's think about another situation. One person wanted to speak English. At first, he felt nervous. He made mistakes. He forgot words. He felt embarrassed. So he stopped speaking. He avoided practice. Now imagine another person. She also made mistakes. She also felt nervous, but she continued speaking. She accepted her mistakes. She learned from them. Day by day, her confidence grew. Her skill improved. Again, the difference is not talent. It is how they respond to failure. Another important idea is courage. It takes courage to continue after failure. It takes courage to try again. It takes courage to face difficulty. But this courage builds strength, and this strength creates success. Now think about your own life. When was the last time you failed? How did you feel? What did you do next? Did you stop? Or did you continue? These questions are important because your response to failure is shaping your future. And the good news is this: you can change your response. You can learn to see failure differently. You can use failure as a tool. In the next part of this story, we will explore how successful people think after failure and how they turn difficult moments into powerful growth. Because sometimes, success does not come from avoiding failure. It comes from learning how to face it. Now let's explore how people can turn failure into growth. Failure can feel heavy. It can feel uncomfortable. It can make you feel small, but it can also be powerful. It depends on how you respond. Let's look at some real situations. Imagine one person. She started learning something new. At first, she was excited. She practiced. She tried her best. But after some time, she failed. She made mistakes. She did not see progress. She felt frustrated. She thought, "This is too hard. I cannot do this." So she stopped. She avoided the problem. She did not try again. Now imagine another person. He also started learning something new. He also made mistakes. He also felt frustrated. But he made a different choice. He said, "What can I learn from this?" He looked at his mistakes. He tried to understand them. He changed his approach. He tried again. Slowly, he improved. What made the difference? Not the situation, not the difficulty. It was the response. Successful people do something very important. They reflect. Reflection means thinking about what happened. It means asking questions. What went wrong? What can I do better? What can I change? This simple habit creates growth. Another example. One person wanted to improve at work. He made a mistake. His project did not go well. He felt embarrassed. He felt afraid. He avoided feedback. He did not ask questions. He stayed quiet, so nothing changed. Now imagine another person. She also made a mistake. Her project failed. She felt uncomfortable, but she did something different. She asked for feedback. She listened carefully. She learned from others. She improved her skills. Next time, she did better. This is the power of learning from failure. Another important idea is separating failure from identity. Many people think, "I failed, so I am a failure." But this is not true. Failure is an event. It is something that happens. It is not who you are. Successful people understand this. They do not let failure define them. They say, "I failed, but I can improve." This mindset is very important. Let's look at another situation. One person tried something new. He failed once. He felt disappointed. He thought, I am not good at this. So he stopped. He never tried again. Now imagine another person. She failed many times, but she thought differently. She said, "This is part of the process." She kept going. She improved slowly, and eventually, she succeeded. This is the difference. Another powerful idea is persistence. Persistence means continuing. It means not stopping, even when it is difficult, even when it is uncomfortable, even when progress is slow. Let's look at a simple example. One person wanted to build a habit. At first, it was easy, but after some days, he missed a day. He felt like he failed. He thought, "I ruined everything." So he stopped completely. Now imagine another person. She also missed a day, but she thought differently. She said, "It's okay. I will start again tomorrow." And she did. She continued. This small decision made a big difference. Successful people do not expect perfect progress. They expect mistakes. They expect setbacks. But they continue. Another important idea is adjusting your strategy. Sometimes failure happens because your method is not working. This does not mean you cannot succeed. It means you need a different approach. Let's look at another example. One person tried to study for many hours. He felt tired. He could not focus. He failed again and again. He thought, "Studying is not for me." So he stopped. Now imagine another person. She also struggled, but she tried a different method. She studied for short periods. She took breaks. She changed her environment. She adjusted her strategy. And slowly, she improved. This is important. Failure is not always a sign to stop. Sometimes it is a sign to change your approach. Another powerful idea is emotional control. Failure can create strong emotions. Frustration, fear, disappointment. These feelings are normal, but successful people do not let these emotions control them. They pause, they breathe, they think, and then they act. This helps them make better decisions. Now think about your own experiences. When you fail, what do you do? Do you stop? Do you avoid it? Or do you learn? Do you try again? These questions are important because your response to failure creates your future. In the final part of this story, we will explore how you can build a strong mindset that helps you handle failure with confidence and how you can continue even when things feel difficult. Because sometimes failure is not the end. It is the beginning of growth. Now we have explored how people deal with failure. We talked about how failure can become a lesson. We talked about how small changes can create growth. But now an important question remains. How can you become stronger after failure? How can you continue when things feel difficult? The answer is simple. You do not need to avoid failure. You need to face it, and you need to grow from it. The first step is accepting failure. Failure is part of life. It is normal. It happens to everyone. When you accept this, failure becomes less scary. You stop thinking, "This should not happen," and you start thinking, "This is part of the process." This simple change makes a big difference. Let's look at an example. One person tried something new. He failed. He felt embarrassed. He felt uncomfortable. He wanted to hide. He wanted to stop. But instead of avoiding the feeling, he accepted it. He said, "This is normal. I can learn from this." This helped him stay calm. This helped him continue. Another important step is changing your self-talk. Self-talk is the voice in your mind. It is what you say to yourself. After failure, many people say negative things. I am not good enough. I always fail. I cannot do this. These thoughts create fear. They create doubt. They make it harder to continue. But successful people change their self-talk. They say, I made a mistake. I can improve. I will try again. These small changes create strength. Let's look at another example. One person failed an exam. He felt disappointed. He thought, I am not smart. So he stopped trying. Now imagine another person. She also failed an exam. She felt the same disappointment. But she thought differently. She said, I need to study differently. I can do better next time. So she changed her approach. She studied in a new way. She practiced more. And next time, she improved. This is the power of positive self-talk. Another important idea is taking action quickly. After failure, it is easy to wait. It is easy to delay. It is easy to avoid. But the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start again. Successful people do something different. They act quickly. They take a small step, even a very small step. This helps them move forward. This helps them break the fear. Another powerful idea is focusing on effort, not results. Sometimes you may not see results immediately. You may try again and still fail. This can feel frustrating, but progress is not always visible. Growth takes time. So instead of focusing only on results, focus on your effort. Ask yourself, did I try my best? Did I improve a little? If the answer is yes, you are moving forward. Another important step is building confidence slowly. Confidence does not appear suddenly. It grows through action. Every time you try again, you build confidence. Every time you continue, you become stronger. Even small success matters. Even small progress counts. Let's look at another example. One person was afraid to speak in front of others. He tried once. He made mistakes. He felt embarrassed. He wanted to stop, but he decided to try again. Next time, he spoke a little more, then a little more. Over time, his confidence grew. What changed? Not talent, practice, consistency, and facing failure. Another powerful idea is creating a strong mindset. A strong mindset helps you continue. It helps you stay calm. It helps you believe in yourself. You can build this mindset step by step, through small actions, through repeated effort, through learning. Another important idea is not comparing yourself to others. Everyone has a different path. Everyone learns at a different speed. If you compare yourself, you may feel discouraged. Instead, focus on yourself. Focus on your progress. Focus on your improvement. This helps you stay motivated. Now imagine your future. Imagine you do not fear failure. Imagine you try again after mistakes. Imagine you continue even when it is difficult. How would your life change? What could you achieve? This future is possible. You can build it, one step at a time, one lesson at a time, one effort at a time. Before we finish, remember this simple truth. Failure is not the end. Failure is a teacher. If you learn from it, you will grow. If you continue, you will improve. If you believe in yourself, you will succeed. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to continue. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope this story gave you a new perspective. I hope it helps you face failure with courage. Take care of yourself. Keep learning. Keep growing. And see you in the next story.